Okay, dear friends, I'm back with another machine on the Hackthebox, which is Shoppy. I've already spawned the machine earlier, so this is the IP address of the machine. And I'd like to use the Pentesting, which is online parallel OS, to do this penetration. Before we start today's journey, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and leave a like below. You're greatly appreciated. So without further ado, let's just get started. So then we can switch over to the viewer or online GUI. As you can see, I've already done the map scanning with options like scene scan, the version scan, the default script scan, and also the comprehensive scan as usual. So from the map scanning results, as you can see over here, the three different open ports. The first one is 22, which is running SSH service, and also the actual version information. As we know, this version doesn't have any vulnerability. And the second one is 80, which is running HTTP. And also it's a complete version information, which is injects. So the last one is 1993, the copycat. To be honest, I don't think so this would be useful from the penetration of pentesting. Anyway, so what we are going to do next is to do some enumeration for the 80 port number. Let's open up our browser. Maybe we can close up all existing pages so we can open up with a fresh tab, and we can make it bigger so you can see what's going on. And let's put the IP address of the target into the address bar. Yeah, we are having trouble finding that site. Yeah, we cannot make a collection to this host name. So we can make a copy and add or append this host name into host file. Let's do it. We can use the echo and the IP address of the target. And we just paste in here. And the next, we can use the tunnel sudo t command. Of course, you can also use the Vim editor to add this line into the host file. Anyway, it doesn't matter which way you will take. Host file. Yeah. So now we go back to our browser and refresh the page. Yeah, we got the page back. And I think, yeah, I think this just a picture, not dynamic. And also we can check the source code of this page. But we cannot get anything useful. Also no meaningful JavaScript code here. So also we can check whether this site has a robots file. Right? I think this is a very standard procedure. Yeah, I think the response would be different from the normal one. Cannot get. I think this should be method and this should be the relative path. I think we need to bear this into our mind as we move forward. So what can we do now? We need to use some tools to make enumeration with enumeration, like we can use the Ligato, Shoppy. You know, the Ligato can review information about the web application itself. For example, like misconfigurations, some vulnerabilities which we can utilize, and also some common files or directories. But yeah, we got interesting directory login, and then we can at the same time we can access this login directory. Yeah, Shoppy admin, and of course here we can try some common things like use the admin to log in. But of course, will fail in most case. And also, I try to use the admin and or this is the very usual login bypass technique. Login, but timeout. So I just we wait for this to be timeout. Now we can go back to our terminal. Nothing. I mean, doesn't give us anything more. Okay, and now we can use the Go Buster to do the enumeration. I mean, the directory enumeration is Shoppy HTTP, and the word list would be Dear Buster directory medium, and the extension options txt sh back, and so we just hit enter. We got some directories like assets, like images, but I think this just a very default one. In many cases, such directories cannot reveal sensitive information or interesting information. So now we can go back to our browser. Getaway, timeout. So I think, maybe we can try to use the SQL map to test whether this page has SQL injection vulnerability. Of course, the way to do that would be very straightforward. For me, the best way is to use the burp suite. Of course, we need to set the proxy to burp, and then use the burp suite to intercept request, and then save that request into file, and then use the SQL map to do the testing. Okay, but to save time, I will not do that now. Okay, of course, if you want us to show that process, please leave that in the comment below. So now we can go back to our terminal. I think we cannot get any more directories. So I just, to save the time, I just interrupt this process. So maybe we need to make a fuzzing to see whether there is subdomains for this machine. So how to do it? The tool I like to use is, of course, there are several available tools like fuzz2, also fuff. Okay, different, but for me, the best one for me is wfuzz2, and we can use the C color the output, and the URL we can specified as the Shoppy HTTP, right? And we need to set the header fuzz Shoppy, and the word list, not this one. If you want to enumerate or fuzz the subdomain, the first word list you need to use is this one, second list, and discovery DNS, and subdomain, this one. Let's press enter. A lot of outputs. Of course, we need to add the filter option to filter out rubbish output. So we just wait. Of course, I can tell you this word list cannot work for this machine, although this word list is very powerful in most cases. But for this one cannot get the expected subdomain. To save time, I'd like to quit this process. We need to select, or we need to use other word list. To be honest, when I did this machine, the first time I tried to use so many different word lists, but the one which can work is this one, discovery, and the DNS. And so which one? Yeah, the first one, this one. And let's press enter and run it again. All right. Yeah, we got the payload as Mattermost. Of course, we need to append this to our host file, right? Cat host file, and we can use the echo IP address, and we need to add this subdomain Shoppy HTTP and sudo t option. Okay, now we can access this subdomain matter. Let's hit enter. Okay, let's refresh. And we need to log in, but we didn't get any username or password, right? Of course, you can take the similar steps, like try to use the login bypass or SQL injection, but nothing will be returned. So I think we can go back to the major domain of this one. You know, I think we have already done the direct immersion, right? If we scroll up to the top, as you can see, we can access different directories. And you can, for example, you can access the assets. Yeah, cannot get assets. So I think if you're familiar with the Node.js framework, I think from the response we can make a guess that the backend is running Node.js from the pattern, from the pattern of the route. So maybe we can use some sort of the injection, the NoSQL injection payload or technique to try if we can use that way to bypass the login, right? I've already opened up this website or other similar ones if you prefer, and we can use the string like this one, and I hope this one can work to bypass the login. So we can make a copy, and we can copy into the clipboard, right? And to see whether this payload can bypass the login, right? And the password, password, it doesn't matter. And let's log in. Yeah, we successfully log in. And if we search users, for example, we can put the admin or anything else. Yeah, we can download, export. So I think from this one, we also can do the similar injection test. We can put in here. Yeah, and now we can download, export. As you can see, we got the result. It means that our injection is successful, and we got the username and also its encrypted password, and we can open up the website of MD5 crack online, crack station, so we can crack those encrypted passwords. This one, and can paste in here. Of course, I'm not a robot. Yeah, crack hashes. Yeah, we got the result of this one, so we can make a copy and make a note of this information into our notebook. Because we have already, the login, we have already logged in. And but this one, the subdomain also has login panel. So maybe this one can be the password or credentials are reused by the subdomain. So we can try to test it on this Josh, and we can paste the password here. Yes, succeed. So I think now you can, of course, you can take a look at the left column, the section we can deploy machine. And here, yeah, the has already reviewed some very sensitive information, the username and password. We can make a copy, right? And note it down to our notebook. I think now we can log in to the target via SSH. Okay, SSH. And the username, yeah, I cannot remember it. Just so I use the copy and paste way to do. And the password, similarly, we can copy the password and just paste in here without any problem. Now we can log in as the user Jagger, and of course we have already got the user flag, no problem. And what can we do now? Of course we need to do some immersion, local immersion to make lateral movement. I think so. Okay, deploy. Yeah, I think there is one file called chroot. Of course, we can cut the content of this one, but the permission denied. And also there is one, I think, command or binary password manager. So we can run it. We can run the password manager. Right? But permission denied. We do not have the permission to execute. All right? Maybe we can download this binary to our local machine or own machine. So we can use the Python, right? We can check the version of a Python. Yeah, Python 2 is not there. Then we can check the Python 3. So we can set up the web server by Python. Now we can open up another tab to download password manager, and then we can use the Ghidra. I hope I pronounced correctly. We need to make reverse engineering for this binary to see whether we can find some information. I mean, the useful information. Yeah, we can, of course, because there's some history, I can analyze the code, analyze now, and we can go to the main function. You know, this is the C code, and this is the main function, password manager. If you, of course, to be honest, I'm not so familiar with the C language. I've studied this language long time ago. But I think you can make a very quick walkthrough about this function, the main function. As you can see here, this one, allocator operator, I think this will combine the word or letter like S, A, M, P, L, E. And then we'll do the matching or comparison, right? Access denied. So yeah, I think so. Yeah. So I think the sample is the password for this password manager. And now we can go back to our, maybe we can interrupt, we can sudo. Yeah, sorry, I forgot to run this earlier. It doesn't matter, we can make a copy and paste in here. Yeah, we can run. We can make lateral movement to this user by running password manager. We can sudo deploy, and we can, because now we have already retrieved the password to run this binary, and the password is sample. Okay, as you can see, we got the creds. So now we can switch to deploy user, and this should be password, and we can spawn the bin bash. So now we need to run the sudo again, and we can paste the password again of the deploy user. So what can we do? Maybe we check the ID. Yeah, this user deploy is a member of the Docker group. So next we need to go to the GTF opens. GTF opens. You know, this website contains instruction how to utilize the binary to make elevation. For example, here, Docker, and go to the shell section. So we just simply run this line of command to get root shell. Okay, and go back to our shell. Okay, from the banner, we have already become the root user, and we can navigate to the mount point. And we can get the root flag. Okay, without any issue. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, although this machine involves some sort of the reverse engineering by the Ghidra. You know the Ghidra. This tool is very powerful when we do such similar things. But anyway, this reverse engineering for this machine, it's not so much complicated. So that's all. I'd like to see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day.